Hello, my loves. Daisica here with Intimate Sanctuary. Such a pleasure to design and spend precious time with you. If this is our first encounter, I greet you with love. Welcome. It is October, one of my favorite times of the year. And since I am still reeling from the incredible fashion of last month's Downton Abbey theme, I wanted to stay in that vibe. And I thought there would be no better, frighteningly fabulous fashionista to represent October like the brilliant, the bad, and honestly, she's a little bit mad. But never normal. For normal is the cruelest insult of them all. She's none other than Cruella. Big booming shout out to Blue Noodles 6003 for guessing Cruella in the video challenge short. Thank you so much for participating, and definitely cast your own vote for next month's theme when the video challenge short drops next week. The winner will be announced in November's setup video. The main character, played by the ghoulishly gifted Emma Stone, haunts the identities of Estella and Cruella interchangeably. Estella is the socially acceptable, promising young pupil who struggles to make her mark on the world, while Cruella is the villainous vandal who creates both groundbreaking art and trouble. The way I've chosen to distinguish between these two is through the teaser tab labeled Helmenhall versus Hellhall. Helmenhall was introduced to Estella at a very early age and comes to define the woman she becomes, while Hellhall represents Cruella at her cruelest and finest. I'll flip the tab when the energy of Estella and Helmenhall presents itself, but for now, we'll remain in the energy of Cruella and Hellhall for the cover teaser that portrays Cruella in all her frighteningly fabulous, ghoulish glory. I fell in love with this cover of Emma Stone as Cruella strutting her latest design in her couture cane, and decided to use this image as my vision for the October setup. I have always loved the Disney font and always wanted to see my name in that font. So as a play on the title Disney Cruella, I chose to make the title of this page Daisica October. And the background will be a recreation of Cruella's dress pattern in this poster. Imagining this idea of this cover, I did not know if I would be able to see the dot grid once I went over the page with my black brush pen, so I colored in everything I desired on the page first, let the gel dry fully from my Jelly Roll pen, and then filled the background in with my black brush pen. The outline actually showed up much better than I expected, and unlike Cruella, it was very untroubling for me to be able to go back over the lettering until I reached that desired effect. And here I added the black horizontal lines for the dress pattern backdrop, and all in all, I think this came out pretty good. And of course, the cover would not be complete without giving proper recognition to Cruella's most significant physical asset, the hair. I continued with a similar layout style as I did on the cover with the vision board spread, and this time I decided to dabble with metallic paint. This was a bit trickier than the brush pen simply because of playing with a different medium than usual. However, I absolutely fell in love with these new acrylic markers I used on top of this black surface. It did take a moment, but once the paint started to flow, the acrylic markers wrote with such a creamy smoothness. I love these pens. All of the materials I'm using are in the description box below because there were a lot of things that I experimented with. So definitely check those out. And as I always say, don't be afraid to step outside of your own creative box and try out different mediums and see how they show up on the page. You might find that it's a way for you to be able to express your creativity in a way that you haven't been able to before. And of course, I had to include the Dalmatian spots that Cruella, throughout all the versions of her, has been obsessed with. My intention with this vision board is to set up a 3-month visual focus that I can refer back to throughout my journey of completing the rough draft of my first book and manifesting goals for us here at Intimate Sanctuary. One of the reasons for picking Cruella this month is something that's honestly not even referred to in the movie. Estella is a manifesting queen. It's shown for like all of 5 seconds, but Estella has an entire vision board wall that she uses. Which leads me into our next spread. The Habit and Mood Tracker is a method similar to the vision board where I'm tracking the progress of the next 3 months. It's also the first glimpse into the energy of Estella and Hellman Hall. She has a dream of being a designer in the infamous house of Baroness. What I love is that Estella not only creates the vision, but she also puts the required creative hours in to fine-tune her craft. It's not enough to just dream. You also have to do over and over again until you build not just the skill, but the confidence to do your craft at the best of your ability. So when the day comes that your dream presents itself, you've built the strength and stamina to receive your abundance. Not only does she manifest her dream of becoming a designer at the House of Baroness, but Estella also designs the Baroness's signature piece for the runway show, which is what this Habit and Mood Tracker illustrates. Now, the boxes in the Habit Tracker represent each day of the month of October. And as I go along, I check off when I've completed a habit for that day. The outlined gold dots around the box represents the beads that are delivered for the signature piece. Of course, Cruella has to create some mischief within the house, which is signified by these winged creatures around the dress. But just in case you haven't seen the movie, I won't spoil it for you. I truly enjoyed this meditative drawing/art therapy this month. Having a washed out background really saved me on time, and I loved how my new gold acrylic pen replicated the metallic shininess of the gold beads in the movie. It looks so good on paper. Let me know in the comments below what your creative therapy is, either within or outside of your bullet journal. I really look forward to reading those. And now for our fashion presentation, I present to you the monthly log. I had to end our time together setting up this October theme back with Cruella and Hell Hall. I went full out on this spread, challenging myself with all the new materials and skills, and just created. I designed my own signature piece by combining the dress on our inspiration cover with the Dalmatian print dress Cruella wears at her own runway show. I used the metallic paint to fill in one side of the background and used my new acrylic markers for the detail. Now, the way you set up your monthly log is by starting with 1 all the way down to whatever the end of the month is, and then putting on the right side the first letter of each day each number represents. So on October 1st, we started on Wednesday, so I'm starting from Wednesday all the way down until the 31st, which is a Friday. The way I use my monthly log is that I log the highlight of each day after it occurs. And I use my action plan page to set up what actions need to and that I want to complete throughout the month. And then as each week comes up, come back to this page and see what action will be the focus goal to complete for that week. And with both of these, I wanted to go on and give an example for what it would look like to fill this out. I also carry a second journal that I use throughout the day to log my daily actions, thoughts, notes, feelings, etc. And at the end of each day, I go back and I see what was the highlight of that day, and I write it in my creative bullet journal here on the monthly log. On this specific bullet journal, I focus my action plan being on my creative endeavors. So for this month, I focused on 3 priorities. 1, setting up for Preptober because I'm getting ready to write my novel next month. 2nd, setting up meal plans that give me joy because I'm going to really need that for next month when I don't have time to think about what I'm going to eat. I just need to be able to do. And 3, making sure that I get all of the videos that I want to accomplish for October in October. One person who kept coming to mind as I was drawing this spread was my gorgeous cousin and her incredible fro. Her hair is like a signature piece of its own. I mean, it is spectacular. This is a picture of my cousins and I back in 2020 before the world went through crazy havoc. And we were celebrating my cousin on the right, her 30th birthday. And we went to Gatlinburg and just had a fabulous snowy cabin experience. It was amazing. And my cousin in the middle was rocking her incredible fro during this time. I mean, talk to me about this. Isn't her hair fabulous? It's amazing. And I just said there is no better representation to draw this fro other than this fabulous head of show hair right here. Oh my gosh, I love you two so much. And for the finishing touches, I wanted to see myself and my chic chocolate skin tone in this outfit. Cruella for me is more than just a single person. She's an attitude. And that's the Halloween persona I'm taking on for October of 2025. When you're creating in your bullet journal, allow yourself to break all barriers. Color outside the constraints of any social limitations. Dream big and do. Often. Be bold. Be bad. Be absolutely mad with your creativity. Just promise me, you'll never be normal, for there's nothing more boring than that.
I couldn't agree more.
And the final flip through, the cover teaser, which actually opens up into an extended version of what I call a cover trailer, and I look forward to sharing that in another video. The vision board, the habit tracker and mood tracker, and our debut collection, the monthly log and action plan. Words cannot express how grateful I am to spend this time with you. Thank you for investing your precious time with me all the way to the end of this Movie of the Month journal series. Peace and love. And au revoir.